think the kids, it was big implications for the kids. We've never really not told them anything, so they've always known up front exactly, you know, we've pretty much just told them everything as we found out. But they had a lot of trouble. I mean, initially we were thrown into it because I was straight into hospital, so there was no lead-in time for them either, and they, particularly Ben, who was in year 4 at the time I was diagnosed, our youngest one, really struggled, He,
he had behaviour issues that, and unfortunately he copped a teacher that wasn't particularly understanding, I think, and he didn't manifest it in any way that he could articulate, and so it just became a behaviour issue. And I guess
he didn't feel like he could tell any of his friends either. He was really embarrassed that his friends would find out. Whereas Alex was that little bit older, and he coped with it a bit better, I think. He had a counsellor at the school who he could talk to, who was good. Ben had a counsellor at the hospital, a psychologist who was lovely to him.
She was excellent.
And that's probably what pulled him through. But as far as roles in the household, the kids pick up a lot more now than they were before, and you do too. You come home from work and do a lot more housework and cooking and cleaning and stuff. The kids particularly, and you, I suppose, are really quite protective. I really notice that, which is lovely, but I sometimes think, well, it's not fair that they should have to be, particularly the kids.
Another big issue for women is how they're going to tell their children about this diagnosis. We encourage honesty and communication that is pitched at the child's level. I believe that children, if they're asking questions, it's because they want to know the answers and they're ready to hear the answers. And so I think where parents are usually coming from, and this is both the women and the men, is we don't want to hurt our children, we want to protect them, we don't want to see them upset. And that's also about having to deal with the distress that the children will inevitably experience when they hear that mum is sick. So yes, they're going to be distressed, but you are the people who are best placed to deal with that distress. And we can help you to do that, and we can help you to talk with them if that would ensure that they're going to get accurate and honest information, which is far better than getting it when they overhear a conversation in the kitchen or over the phone, when some other child at school tells them inaccurate information about their mother's illness. So what we want to do with kids always, and particularly as they get older and into adolescent years, we want to model honest and open communication. We tell our kids all the time to tell us if there's a problem. We need to show that we can do that ourselves. And so what I think parents often need is the words to tell their children. And again, there are some excellent publications that help with that, available through the cancer councils and other sources. So they need the words, and they need some ideas and sometimes a bit of practice. And they also need to have the courage to know that we can help them deal with what will probably be fairly short-term distress. Kids are pretty practical beings, and so to tell a child of, say, primary school age that mum's got cancer and will be having lots of treatment, the response might be, oh, but can I still play soccer? Or am I still going to have my birthday party like we talked about? So for kids, they're very egocentric, and what they want to know is life's going to be okay for them. And so the message for children is that, yes, I am having some treatment for cancer. At the moment, we're hoping that everything will be okay, but we'll keep you informed about that, and if anything changes, we'll let you know. And if a child asks the dreaded question of, are you going to die, mum? Then the answer to that is, I don't know when I'm going to die. I don't know what the future is for any of us. But if I know more about that, I will be talking to you about it. At the moment, that's not going to happen, but we'll talk about it if it is. In terms of talking with children, often parents of quite young children have this sense that, oh, they won't know what I'm talking about, so I'll keep it from them. What I see is that once children have left the home environment, they know about cancer. At preschool, they don't go out without a hat. They hear about skin cancer and slip, slop, slap. They then hear about smoking and cancer. by the time they're sort of 6 or 7, almost everyone will have met someone whose grandmother had cancer and so on. So children do have an understanding of cancer, and what they know about it is usually bad. Smoking kills. If you don't have your hat on, you'll get skin cancer and you'll die. So-and-so's grandmother at school died and she went to a funeral. So kids know about cancer and they know the bad stuff. And so really being honest with your child is important, and pretending they don't know about it doesn't help at all, because that then prevents them from being able to ask the questions that are bothering them. So if your child asks about, is this cancer? Then the answer is yes, and this is what I know about it, and it's different from whatever other cancer experiences we might have had in our family, and I will tell you as things change, and I'll keep you informed about what's happening. And the thing to look out for in children to decide whether they're distressed are the things that you would normally look out for. Are they eating well? Are they sleeping well? Are they happy to go to school and be away from you? Are they acting out at school perhaps? In which case you need to talk to the school and perhaps get them linked in with the counsellor. Are they being difficult for you at home? Is that about their fear of being away from you? And so look out for the signs in your children, but don't try to keep the news of the cancer from them, because they will inevitably know about it, and they'll be disappointed if they didn't hear it from you.